Welcome back, everybody. So let's do some Dayz. Loaded in. Dorker. Okay. First things first. Get those bandages prepared. Oh, first things first, turn off admin mode. Go. I was on last night fixing stuff for people. Go. That needs to be there. That needs to be there. Free up those. Eat that. Certainly could do with the sun coming up, couldn't we? Bloody Zeds. Okay, let's work our way back up now. See what else we can find. We need to find a well. A well would be good. Food would be amazing. Enough clothing to make a fishing line would be pretty damn amazing. want that hat, but at the moment we don't have a lot of choice. That up. Be a well here, shouldn't there? The NBC zombie worries me. Probably means there's a horde here. Hi, monkey. Glad you found a barrel, mate. Well is. Well isn't. But police station is. Okay. Found a few, but they were far for me to carry back. But at least you're finding them now, yeah? So they're starting to spawn, and that's what we needed. Yeah, more people can use barrels. I'm kind of set with what I've got. And also the boxes had an update, didn't they, yesterday to 100 slots. So, from 50. Which is not a bad little update. Ooh, there. There. Thank you. That needs to come down here. Now we no longer can connect them to belts. They start appearing. You cuts, you bastard. Don't really want to be in Gorka. It's two in the middle of the fucking map for starting. I need to get down to the coast. Gear up. Though I'm quite close to Alta, so it might be worth a go, seeing I'm a freshie. Come on, you. Question is, can I get in and out of altar? About to find out, aren't we? There's an unknown food. There's a tin of food in there, isn't there? And there's lots of unknown food in there as well. There's a rucksack. There's guns in there. There's a key if I spin the wheel. And I also have to test it now I've altered altar to how easy or hard it really is now. I wanted it to be a little bit easier for players, to encourage a bit more of people to go to altar rather than going there and going, fuck this, I'm never going here again. About channeling players. Not everyone's going to channel, but when people do, you want to channel them to the same areas to encourage that fight. Oh, I know you're hungry, Goblin. Wasn't that easy yesterday? Good, but it was. But it should be been a slightly easier than it was 2 days ago. I updated the zombie spawn locations yesterday. And turned, because it used to be 4 lots of hard zombies in here. Now it's 2 lots of hard and 2 lots of easy. And I've slightly altered where they spawn to. Obviously not an exact science, but so the horde isn't. This is not a horde location. What you have to remember, but I see what you're saying. The horde that because of where I've made them spawn, but I've done that on purpose. There are ways you can coax zombies into buildings, lock them in. Probably going there with an empty stomach at night is a bad idea. Also, I love the fact that the door is illuminated, so if anybody's covering it with a sniper rifle, you're fucked. Like that. We're going to bash them over the head on top of the car. That might be useful to start with. I don't expect this to go my way. People would stop messaging. All work stuff. I'm not back to work till Monday. But it's a Wednesday. It's when my troops are in. So messages are coming through. So there shouldn't be any, if we're lucky, on the door now. This side of the door. I killed a man yesterday and I didn't like it. You killed someone. Well done. Little bit of PvP. Nothing wrong with that. Wonder if it was Jag. But we had players on through the night. Obviously, you're on most of the time. Oh, okay. I think, Monkey, you just work on your own time scale. Audio, effects volume. Bring that down a bit. It's hard to do though, isn't it? So it's easier said than done always. I work 12.5 hours, 3 to 4 days a week. Okay. What do you do, Monkey, if you don't mind me asking? Be thankful I put this hut here. I might take 2 lots of zombies out of here, so we just got 2 hordes. This might need to be a little bit easier. But if I do that, I'll get rid of this hut as well. Okay. That's me at work. I'm a storeman driver officially, but I do a little bit of everything. Evening all. Looks like a serious action. I wouldn't say it's serious, but it's happening. And welcome. I'm doing the old mouse hide in a hut and bash zombies over the head method of clearing them. Hoping one of them's got food. And none of them explode. Oh, my mouse fingers are hurting. They'll soon be dead. Or I will. Take the can of Coke. That went better than I expected. Yeah, my server. There you go. They're not Pathfind to me. Let's get out of here. I do want to try bunker now or after restart. Depends if someone's done it before. But do it whenever you think you can get in and out without there being a problem. Oh, come in then, you little bitch. You're going to kill me anyway. You might as well do it here. Well, I should have brought a gun. I really should have brought a gun. Also depends which bunker, monkey. If you're talking the rifle bunker up the top, yeah, this ain't going to go well, is it? I've spent too long in here. Hi, Restless. There's an incident happening. That's fair. Goblin feeding some Zeds. Yeah, that's what I was doing. Might travel there for death today. Don't know. I made it in and out as a freshie. Made is a very strong word. And I've come away with the key that I went with a prison key and a Svet key. So I've proved you can do it as a freshie. But it's a hard fight. Death is very near. We all know that. There's no point pretending. But I needed to measure whether that was more achievable now than it was when we first went live, and it is. That's doable as long as you make it to that hut. And if I'd gone straight there rather than loot up Gorka, I'd have had enough health to make it in and out. That's life, that's alright. There's no point pretending. We have no food. We're not going to make it. We're just going to stagger for another 5 minutes. Okay, we're Svet. Maybe? Maybe not? No, we're not, are we? Oh, and we're bouncing. We loaded in now, game? Yes. Okay. No, game's crashing. Yeah, game is severely crashing. Endless circle of nothingness. So I thought I'd stream some Daisy this afternoon, stop for some food, and then I'll be back on Scum tonight. I don't know if I'll be streaming Scum or not, but I'll certainly be playing Scum tonight. We haven't done Daisy for a few days. Hi, John. Oh, for a pizza. You alright, John? Yeah, new life. I committed suicide at the end of the last go, and then last night I had some tickets opened that I had to go in and solve. So I spent about an hour and a half fixing problems on the server. Of course, when I was doing that, I have to have God mode on, and all my health increased, and it only seemed fair to start again, because otherwise it is cheating. It's different when I've got a base, because I can then dump everything off and go back to it. But when I set God mode, it makes all my items I'm wearing pristine. And as great as that sounds, it's not fair. Why do you use a sledgehammer or pickaxe? So you want to make a fireplace? I had to fix airdrops this morning because Expansion and its infinite wisdom had decided to start dropping combination locks. On the update we had, it updated the airdrop mission file to include combination locks. And players were starting to use combination locks on their bases. Not the best spawn. There should be less food around now, guys. Zombies will still give you food, but there should be less food on the ground. So it's ground loot. Because there was too much. So I've reduced the numbers completely of ground loot for food. You thinking it? No. It's all going to go wrong with 1.29 drops anyway. We all know that. When 1.29 drops, the server will be offline for a few hours for me to fix. It isn't because it isn't just an update; it's an update with types as well, and I might need to rewrite stuff, and I have no choice over that. I don't expect to have to wipe, but I know that when I run the update, it'll update every file, and they'll all need replacing again and changing back. Be a nice flashbang going off. I'm not 100% sure where I am. Don't tell me if you know. I don't want to know, if that makes sense. I like this spawning all over the map. I think it's an amazing... Because every fresh spawn away from somewhere that you don't know on a regular basis is a new adventure. Yard. It is not the... Yes, I know where I am. This is worth the risk, isn't it, of pushing into the military area. Oh, you will get some coast spawns. 100%. It would be if it had any ammo with it. But not a bad find. That's a better find. 30 rounds of 7.62 39. There we go. No, I don't write the mods. I just tried to pick a mod that is vanilla. That it? Yeah, that'll be it then. Uh, 36 slots, 30. Hiding in bushes. It's like I'm back playing Scum again. We'd do with finding a tin of tack back, couldn't we? We'll take the bulletproof rucksack every time. Not interested in the mag, more interested in having the ammo. No, that really isn't playing anymore. 5.56 mag, we'll take that. Battery for hacking tablet, we'll take that. Bit 45. With a bayonet. I hope not. They're not. That's not their job, John. If there is, I'll be taking the server down and changing it. No, you can't. Otherwise, that would become too OP. That's not how I planned it, mate. Don't want the Bison mag. Don't like the Bison, but I'll take the ammo because that rack, the Restless killing gun, is awesome. Wish it would just put it in there. I wish you could say, assign like a drop down and say ammo and mags, and it would just automatically put them in there. No, so you can't. I went into Old Ursa Freshie earlier. That's where, and crawled out on my hands and knees. So it's doable. Yeah, I did it with a iron pipe. That'll do. What condition? Worn. That's awesome. I can check the bridge. Prima loot. Yeah, feels that way at times, doesn't it? But I've got the ammo for it as well, which is really nice. The bridge. The unfinished bridge. Probably my favourite thing on the entire map. and I know it's no use, and I know it's just it's shit, but I just love the feeling that they were building a bridge across here, and then the outbreak struck, and that's as far as they got. But it also means if people are looting that area, you come up here with a sniper. Surprised no one's base built up here. Really surprised there's not like a rag base built at the end of there. There'd be only one way in. Right, what are we doing on the way of clothing? We got 3 there. Not enough is the answer. We'll need food and we'll need water. There certainly is less food spawning now as ground loot, which is nice. Well, that's that problem solved. Right, nearest river. I would have been streaming earlier, but I was waiting for vape juice to turn up. I ordered 20 bottles. So, and because I live right next to student accommodation, I need to catch the delivery driver, because if he goes and asks the students I'm delivering vape juice, who's it for? It'll be dropped off with somebody else in seconds. Need a boat to get to that one. Okay, mate. Hi, West. I found the worst key possible to get. Fishing village, south of Cherno. That means you need a boat. Welcome back, John. John, worst key in the game. Fishing village, south of Cherno. Because that means you have to have a boat. And also my favourite case I set up of the lot. When you find the location, it's awesome. Obviously, we'd like to find a priest. We've got a piece of rope, so after restart, we can find a river. Yeah, you need a spark plug as well. That's your issue. The boat and a spark plug. You'll find the boats in hunting areas. That bastard goblin. Right, we're going to wait in this shed till after restart and then go find ourselves a vicar. I said we're going to... Ooh, bugger. Right then, after restart we shall continue, guys. Yeah, no, it's all right, John. I'm not that desperate for one. But that's part of the game. That's what I've done, John, is I've tried to... It's about balance, as we keep talking about. You want a spark plug. You'll find them out on the ground as well. But you desperately need a spark plug, so you'll push alter to get one. And it might not work. And that's what I've tried to make the server do. I want people to die or all their stuff to be so badly ruined that they have to throw it away. Because the problem we have, if people live and keep looting and live and keep looting and storing it all in their bases, in like 3 weeks' time, I'll be forced to wipe because we don't have enough memory to run the server. So unless people recycle and loot gets destroyed, we'll run out of memory. And when we run out of memory, all the server will start lagging everywhere, and then all you can do is a forced wipe. And there's no other way around it. So if players don't want a wipe, they really need to start killing each other and ruining gear. It does say so in the FAQs, Restless, which I'm sure you would have read. Yeah? Maybe not. And find it now, I'm sure. If I just, that's Scum server, support, FAQs, boat. To pack up your boat, make sure you have removed the spark plug and are not standing inside the boat. After deploying your boat, place spark plug back inside and add fuel. That's what it says under boats. I think that's probably enough. The trouble is, where do you stop? Where do you... Yeah, I did laugh out loud. At what point do you say you've explained too much and there's nothing for people to find just by playing, or too little and everyone keeps opening tickets? Yeah, you did. I've had to swim back from Bunker Island. You'll never swim back from Fishing Island if you find it. You've got no hope. Fishing Island is not on the map. It's obviously on the map, but it doesn't show up on the map. It's a village out to sea. There's no Zeds out there. There's a few buildings. And there's a crate. So there's some loot out there, and there's a crate that's related to fishing. Yeah, that's what I would say. Is have a canteen, military canteen as your water bottle, and have a plastic bottle with fuel in, and know not to drink from it. Just don't drink it like Drum has. Oh no. There's no... F11s is only cured, isn't it, from drinking petrol? Or diesel, or whatever it happens to be. Petroleum. It'd be diesel, wouldn't it? Yeah, it would be diesel. Don't tell Cookie or he'll build a base and stop us. You can build out there. Build at the fishing village if you want to. Nothing to stop you. But you've just got to be transporting logs a long distance. You'd have to put... And every time you die, you'd have to get a boat again before you could go back to your base. So you'd probably want a stash of boats and spark plugs on the mainland. There are better places to build. But you could, with Rag, build a base. Oh, still there. Mishkino. That's big. That's really big. Because we're close. Right, we need to find a vicar. Don't know where the well is in this town. Don't even know if it's got a well. Need to go far enough away from the church so it will generate a vicar for me. There's the well. And then we need to hit Mishkino and get a boot repair kit. Or bury one of the new crates, because the wood crates now have 100 slots. You could bury 100 slots worth of the stash now, which is massive. I need to do that. I need to do on the FAQs, how long stashes last. Somebody remind me in chat. Could you put something in chat about, could I do something for how long stashes last in the FAQs, please? Into Discord chat. Right then. Kino's going to be that direction somewhere. Let's go, Mr. Driver. Thanks, John. And then I'll do something explaining how long they last. Yes, clothing attachment, weapon attachments. I don't know if they both work yet, but now they've also got 100 slots. They did the update was yesterday. I know that and it said as part of the update they were upping the amount of slots. That's where the gas hit. Thanks, John. Yeah, no, I saw John. When I finish streaming, I'll go and calculate it because I'll need to find the code and it will be in milliseconds and I'll need to convert it into minutes and then hours and then days. Yeah, it's vanilla, but I need to check that because I might have made it less, if that makes sense. I haven't changed it, but it depends whether BI have changed it. I think it's 14 days, but I don't know for sure. And I keep threatening to do it. Rotten raw. I'll eat the crisps first because they'll dehydrate me. Then we'll eat the mushroom. But then lots of things that we think is vanilla, they keep changing. And they don't put it in the patch notes. So I'd rather go in there and check, if that makes sense. If anything, I'd like stashes to last longer than 14 days. Because, like Restless doesn't base build. Back, did server restart? Yeah, server's restarted, Monkey. So, for people that don't base build, it would be nice if they had the ability of putting a stash in and it lasting a long time. For Monkey, it would be amazing. Not Monkey, Restless. Restless could bury some stashes. Or even me. If I went for a survival build and didn't base build. I say that, but we both know that I'll base build. I've just got to split my time between this and Scum. Yeah. Oh, vape needs filling. I just took a drag on nothing. My least favourite drag. Here we go. If we walk this way, we should, well, walk that sort of way. We should hit a river. Then we can fish. If need be. I'm doing an experiment at the moment with the mushrooms. Rather than having them spawn in an event, I'm seeing if I can get them to spawn in naturally. So they'd just be growing in forests. Most of the crates are, John. They all have a use, if that makes sense. The adventure is getting to them. And when you know where they are, not telling people. Yeah? Because you don't want other people to be better armed than you are. That's the aim. Let's be honest. If somebody says, where's crate to so-and-so and so-and-so, and you tell them, that's wrong. Should be 14 days. Yeah, correct, Benny. Benny, he's probably not in here, he's only in there. But I might be tempted to increase the stashes to 28 days. Because we do have people on this server that don't base build. So it might be nice having longer stashes. Dried fruit's good if you've got an apple tree near base. Makes perfect sense. Combat knives will always spawn in pristine, guys, because I've set them to do that. It's the only knife that does, though. And anything that comes out of a crate, because that's seen as, or an event, because that's seen as spawning in a different way. Airdrops now only work if there's 3 people on the server. So no airdrops will spawn in if you're on your own on the server, to stop people being able to farm them for all the base building supplies. And I realised that the other 2 people might not push it, but I had to set it somewhere. You should see what I have. So obviously we have the edit that we've currently got. There is, when we refresh after Christmas, we're going to a new map edit that's nearly finished. That's amazing. Completely different Chernarus, but more overgrown than it is now. A lot more overgrown than it is now. Oh, you fucking game. Thank God for that. With these random spawns, I'm learning the map, Goblin. Well, What we're going to is you'll prefer. It's just the mod's not finished yet, so I wasn't able to do it. And they're nearly finished. Nearly. They're getting closer and closer. Oh, you stupid game. A little bit laggy. I might share some pictures at some point. Actually, I should put a Discord bit to talk about the after Christmas wipe and what my intention is, so people got an idea of what's coming in the future. Do you still have all the long grass we've got now? We'll still have all of this, but we'll be adding to it something new. But the mod, as I said, hasn't finished it yet, but so close. And they're doing all the towns and cities. It'll still be overgrown. It will still have rubbish in. It will still look end of the worldy. But they've made it more overgrown. So all the buildings have ivy coming off them. All the roads have broken up and they have grass growing through the cracks. The grass is a lot higher, so you can hide in the grass better. So if you imagine what we're walking through now, this would be about another foot higher. Go for the firewood one and hope that it gives us a long stick as well. Sometimes they do. This time. I'm reluctant to go too far because you always lose your spot. I think it's that tree there. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, that's the trouble. So sometimes it's tempting to light the fire before you need it, so you can always find your way back. I got wet. I've got wet feet, so everything will be wet now. So even if I do have matches, they're probably... they're all right. Okay. It's a fair shout. I did sharpen, didn't I? Before I do something stupid. Yeah. Good shout, John. Dirty carp. At least you can now roast straight away and not have to wait like half an hour. Well, 2 minutes for it to get warm enough first. All right, gents, I'm off for now. Have a good one. Thanks for being here, Restless. Always appreciated, mate. Probably, but I've got nothing to keep it guaranteed safe in. Not sure. Not sure on that one at all. I'm wary of the fact that I have to play a little bit of Dayz because I'm starting to enjoy Scum more and more and more. So I recognise that I need to play some Dayz as well. Just to advertise this server. But Scum is where I'll be doing probably more of. As we learn it and then go off and find a PvP server to play on. A proper PvP server. 127 slot PvP server. But we need to learn it as a team first, and work out how to play, how to survive. So let's have a look, see if you can break it down. I'm not sure if you can. Yep, you can break it down. Chuckles wrapping up chores, had a bite to eat. Just noticed a notification. That's all right, mate. All you get back is the stick, not the bark, John. Doing a little bit of Dayz, and then I'll take a break and try and sort out the Scum server. And then on Scum later. Yorkshire tea time. Okay, mate. I'm drinking Ribena. Ribena with an energy drink thrown into the top. Very nice. Very nice. If you like a cup of tea that with milk and or sugar, it's a really nice cup of tea. It's sort of a British institution now, Yorkshire tea. It's not my favourite tea, but everyone's got their own favourites. But it is a very nice tea. Not too strong, so it's a favourite tea of people because it's not too in your face. Might be worth it. I am close. So I don't like Earl Grey. I'm no fan of Earl Grey. Cookie loves Earl Grey. I don't like the stuff. So it's more of a... Earl Grey is a far more refined taste. It's probably stronger. Where Yorkshire is... And don't take this wrong, people that love their tea. It's like a slightly better quality builder's tea. So it's something the masses would drink. It's a good cup of tea. My personal favourite tea is Tesco's Red Label. Their own brand tea. I think it's lovely. But each to their own, you know. Now we need an animal so we can clean that thing and try and make it take ammunition again. Earl Grey with steamed milk. sweetened. So I would have, so if I'm having tea, I will have tea with full fat milk. So milk that hasn't got any fat reduced. Normally raw milk that's taken straight from the tank. Because if I want a good cup of tea, I'll buy raw milk from the local farm. So it's not pasteurised in any way. And then I'll have 1 sugar with it. But everyone has their own preference. If I'm having coffee, I'll just have milk I buy from a supermarket. But tea, I like it to be with raw milk. Because growing up, as a child, we used to get all our milk directly from the farm. That gas. Looks like it. Oh, that's the edge of the map gas, isn't it? Yeah, I don't think they'd like that. But builder's tea is sort of yeah, it's just builder's tea. I can't describe it any other way. I might have to post you some over to your PO box. Post some Yorkshire tea bags over for you, mate. Maybe that's some sensible option, is post you some Yorkshire tea bags. Just so you can try it, along with how you should do it. No microwaving water, please. If you don't have a kettle, you'll need to boil it. We're on an adventure, John. Be on for about another hour maximum. Ah, excellent. That's my edge of the map gas, isn't it? Stop people going into debug. Two things I need to do. First of all, I need to recce potentially where I'm going to live. And second, no, first of all, I need to recce. That's the most important job. How do you mean they're magic, John? What's happening with them? If there's a problem with them, or if they're doing something they shouldn't do, I do need to be told. Because if you're not going to tell me, I'll take the server down and see what the problem is. And if it's a major problem, I'll wipe the server. Where if you tell me, I can normally fix it. There shouldn't be any problems with them. But if they're doing something they shouldn't be doing, I do need to know. Oh, okay. I can't solve that. That's just how they... Yeah. That's fine. That's just because Survivor Backpacks is a shit mod that's never been updated correctly. So the problem is, unless the mod author does updates, then things aren't ever going to work, and many of them don't. They produce a mod and then go, that my work is done, and that's it. Which is why, like 1.29 could drop, and it shouldn't, but you could find 10 of our mods no longer work. Which is why everyone hates an update. And then suddenly you're stuck in this world of trying to fix problems. And I'll be back at work. You can guarantee it will drop on like a Tuesday when I can't get home early. And I have a long day on the Wednesday. So if I can't fix it Tuesday night, you might not get a server back until the Friday. I hate... Now as a server owner, I hate update time. I really detest update time. Everything's working fine, and then they bring out an update and all the mods break, and then the people that wrote those mods aren't interested in fixing the problems. But we know some weird shit's coming because the expansion update we had yesterday put combination locks back on airdrops. I hate that little bit of light that comes through there. I always think it's something to pick up. Don't know. They're streaming today, aren't they, at some point? But I don't. I have no interest in watching that stuff because they're not going to talk about the stuff I need to know. I do recognise we need to eat again. But I also recognise I need to eat in the real world. Oh, one of those fences. That must have been lower than that. Oh, it was. It was like an inch lower. That'd be the reason I can't climb that. That's like that would keep a Tyrannosaurus Rex back. That wouldn't. Yeah. I detest that these fences here because you can only climb certain points. It's one of the things I wish they'd fix. But they won't because it's so low down the scale. And you'd have to place them differently all over. Wouldn't be that difficult to do, but because they have certainly far better tools than Dayz Editor to do it with. Yeah. Where the portal was on Evolution, whatever it was called. Or the Vendetta, the portal was here. Not heard any proper animals for a while, have we? That real wire or barb? Real wire. So we could just go for a rabbit, I suppose, if all else fails. If I can't be bothered to fish. Let's hope where we're going has a tin of tap back for us. I can't remember if it does. Yeah, but if the dinosaur was coming that direction, straight in. Straight in. They still all right? Yeah. It's always good of it. Always good when they do as they're told. That's the industrial. So, the military camp is back here a little bit, isn't it? Or is that just that? No, that's not the military. That's not. Is that? That's not industrial. We've not gone far enough yet. Okay. Yeah, because you're down from that mountain to hit Mishkino. Yeah, still no map. I'm fine though. Put that there because it isn't working. Primary, the primary slot. So if we go past the dam, is this a dam or is this? Yeah, past the dam. Then cross the river. That pushes us into Mishkino, which is where we're aiming for because we've got a key for it. I didn't know there was a lighthouse here. Obviously there isn't normally. I've not been up this side of the map on this edit. I've been to Mishkino, but never taken the scenic route. Spidery sensors are pinging. Already bedtime. Probably is for you, Chuckles, because you'll be back on nights again, won't you? And it's 3:52 our time, so yeah. Cheers, Chuckles. Hope you have a good night shift, mate. You're on vanilla, or anywhere you need to bed in stuff for building. Most OP item in the game for building. So we push down past here. We go past the survivors camp. Or the pioneer camp, whatever they call it. And then we cross the river. And that takes us to Mishkino. Not going to search this because I'll just fill up my rucksack with loot that I don't need. What we're after is a boot repair kit, and then we'll push on to industrial, see if we can get a saw, a code lock, and the other bits and pieces we need. And then we'll need to go find hunting shops. Oh, something else floating in the air. Bad placement. Blame me. So we pop through here. Down here, and then you can cross the river safely. And where you can cross through the woods is Mishkino. We cross here. And Mishkino is the other side of these woods. Now, my advantage is I know where the crate is, obviously. And so will everybody now that plays a server that's currently watching the stream. So, you can gain the advantage as well. If I make it in. It is Mishkino. You'd start seeing bodies piled up reasonably soon if we go the wrong... Well, they are in the woods around here. And then past Mishkino's the industrial. Which is where the sawmill is. If you get the sawmill key. Here we go. Sawmill key's good though, isn't it? I tried to structure things a little bit better this time for the keys that you get. We've balanced it differently this wipe on purpose. And tried to make the crates a bit more like, if you go to a sawmill, you get base building supplies. If you go to military, you get military items. No cover. Obviously on purpose. No. Some servers have the ability that you can. But it's in a separate mod or override. Which I can't do. No food, which is a shame. But an arse. Still need a mag, a scope, and ammo for it. Happy with that. That I want a scope for and a mag. Massive fan of the RSAS. We can free up some space. It's not perfect. It's only a fucking baby scope, but it frees up some space, doesn't it? And probably stick that on there. Free up that space as well. I have the scope, but no mag. Yeah. Yeah, mags are a problem on this server, as you're learning. But it means you'll be single loading until you push higher tier. I don't know if anyone's opened the crate since restart and left stuff behind, but we'll check. No. Right, guys, what we're going to do is find somewhere to log out. And then next restart, next time we're on, we will carry on with this adventure. So I want to go and have some real world food and work on the Scum server. And then I'll be streaming, I'll be in Scum later. I might not be streaming it, but I'll be in Scum later. So, thank you for watching. I will certainly see you later. It's been a good 2.5 hours. If I'm not on tonight, I will be on tomorrow. Friday afternoon, a lot Saturday and a lot Sunday, but I'm back to work Monday. So thanks for watching, guys. Remember, if you have a goblin in your sights, miss.